Hello everybody and welcome back to Tiny House Soap Company. Today's bullet journal is a setup of October, and I know I'm super late in getting this up there. I do apologize for that. Things just got a little crazy towards the week that I was planning on doing this, and so I just got behind on doing all of it. But we're back into this month and I am so ready for October and for everything that goes with it. I'm ready for the vacation that's coming up. I'm ready for Halloween and just the fun sort of fall festival activities that happen around this time of the year. So as you can see here, I decided to do my monthly opener of October with some cauldron, some Halloween type stuff, using my Tombow Dual Brush Pens to go in there and color everything in and give it that little pop of fun that it needs. I decided to do kind of a different setup for the lettering, because usually I do my little cursive handwriting, but I feel like I need to branch out a little bit more and work on that. The next month, or the next page here, is going to be my monthly layout. As you guys know, the past 2 or 3 months I've been doing this similar layout where I do the boxes, and I like that it takes up a lot of the page because it gives me room that if I want to write things in, I have all the room to be able to do that, and I'm not worrying about running out of space or not writing something in. Because I decided to do the lettering again different, I'm just trying some different lettering this month, and so it did take up a little bit more space than it normally does with just my little cursive handwriting. And I went back through with my Tombows, and just to give it a little bit more sort of definition to it, I decided to use a couple different, well actually 3 different colors of orange to give it some depth and just a different perception look to it. So I do like the way that this ended up turning out. Haven't really done any 3D lettering before, and so it was kind of a fun thing to use. This bullet journal, the Loistrom 1917, is what I use, and I do the dot grid, and that makes hand lettering this so much easier. So if you're having trouble doing any sort of like block lettering, then I recommend trying a journal with the dot lettering. Went back in with my Tombow Fudonoseki brush pen and did the days of the week across the top, and I thought it would just be a fun new thing. Rather than going back in like I've done and writing the numbers large, I decided to do these black squares and go in with my white gel pen to fill in the days of the week. And again, this gel pen is the Uniball gel pen, I believe. I'll link it down below, but it is the best gel pen. I have been using this off and on for the past several months and have not had it dry out like it always does in all of the other gel pens that I've used. This next page that I'm setting up is my habit tracker and sleep tracker. As you guys will see, I am sort of switching things up this month and doing it a little bit different. I wanted to add in an aspect to my bullet journal that I had not had so far, and so to do that I needed to move my sleep tracker around. And so using this fun sort of like serif type font that just kind of reminds me of Harry Potter a little bit, so it was fun to do, and using the Tombow Fudonoseki brush pen really worked for that, so I definitely recommend doing that if you're looking at using just a brush pen. And it's great using that brush pen just to do any little doodles or drawing. It seems to help with making some of those lines a little bit finer versus the larger ones, like on the Ghost. It just worked out well. Going back through here, I'm not going to fill in my habit tracker. I'm tracking the very same things that I've been tracking for the past several months, so I will do that on my own time. Won't make you guys watch that. And just to give it a little bit of definition, went in with my orange pen just to color in those different lines so it's easier when I'm filling it out to track it. My sleep tracker, I'm going to do it the same as last time, so coloring or marking out the lines of 7 hours and putting in the times that I'm sleeping, or however long, maybe 8 hours, you never know. This next page that I am doing is a change. So I have recently started doing my grocery shopping through an online app where I then go and pick it up at the store, and it has helped tremendously with managing my time and not having to spend hours and days going to the, hours at the grocery store after being at work for a long day. And so the only thing that I've lost from that is that I don't have the meals that I usually write out, so that I'm gonna make for that week. So I'm making a recipe list, so every time that I go to the grocery store, I will write my recipe list of meal plans that I have, and then I can use that to then go back through and put those in my my meal plan of the day. And I do need to go back through here and write in the numbers. I just realized that I did not do that, and so I need to go back in and date them so I know what days I'm doing those meals, like I've done in all of my other ones. And then, as you saw, just a quick little brain dump area. And then this last page, which is not going to become a normal weekly spread, but it's just something that I wanted to start doing. I recently got diagnosed with celiac disease, and so what I wanted to do is start working on eating out. Eating out is really difficult with this disease. In some instances, it's just hard because you don't know which restaurants have what. And so I'm going to be just putting in restaurants that I go to or restaurants that I find, having an idea of the type of food that they have, how the service was, how it tasted, those things that most people don't really think about. And then the last thing here that I'm doing before I do my flip through is just going through and filling out my monthly calendar, putting in all those things like my bills that are due, my savings. Since I didn't have the room to do the block list like I usually do, I'm gonna just have to do it this way this month, which is fine. And then just marking in where I'm going on vacation, to give it a little bit of a fun little splurgy there on the page. And so this has pretty much been my bullet journal for this month. So flipping here to September, the beginning of September, and I really like the way that the wreath turned out. My goals, I did pretty good on reviewing my goals and looking at them over the past months. Certainly adding some in there, like learning how to eat celiac or gluten-free with celiac disease. My monthly calendar here, as you can see, I do write some stuff in there. My habit tracker, which I'll probably use this way. I really like the way that the pattern ended up. So actually putting in where I wasn't doing those things helped me fill out more of those days. My sleep tracker, which I'm doing the same for this coming month, and then my meal plan, which in this case I've just switched it so I have it with the recipe lists, and then my brain dump. So just some doodles of quilts I want to do, some things I was looking at about my celiac list. Then I had my want list. I actually used up all of the space for my other want list, so I had to make another page. And then my trip to Canada, which is coming up. If you guys haven't seen this YouTube video, you certainly can take a look at it, setting up my packing list. This is my weekly layout for that week while we are gone. And then this page I didn't include in that setup. I hadn't really thought about it, and I decided we were looking through things we wanted to do, so we decided to make a list of things to do. And so then just this final flip through of October. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, any ideas for next month's page, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed this flip through. I hope that you enjoyed this monthly setup. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all of those things. Have an excellent day. Thanks.